Hello! Welcome to the Turret of Pleasure here in the enchanted kingdom of Hermione. It's a beautiful sunny day. What am I doing inside? Oh, I figured I'd make a video because I haven't made any for a while. I've been watching all these other people's channels, the vinyl channels. I seem to be getting lumped in with vinyl channels. Although I'm not a vinyl junkie, I have lots of vinyl. I like vinyl. I prefer CDs, they sound better. Um, And so I've been watching some of these videos, guys like, look what I found in my holy grail kind of thing. These are great things I found. And I thought, well, I got millions of those. But my criteria, of course, is different. Most of these people, it's a record, vinyl record of some piece of classic rock usually. And the thing that really excites them, other than maybe the originality of it or whatever, is that it's valuable. And this always irritates me no end. At some point in any conversation in any of these channels about any record, the issue of value will come up. And I'm one of these guys, and I don't really care what my stuff is worth. I mean, I guess it's okay if you buy something for a quarter and, hey, it's worth $50. Yeah, okay, solid. But that's not why I do it. I do it because I want to find good music. So, what my idea, this is going to be my sort of holy grail. Not really holy grail, but these are things. Now, I hang out at the thrift stores. That's where I buy 90% of my music now. I have my record store in town, Ditch Records, and they attend to my every whim of stuff that is unlikely to show up in the thrift store. But really, the thrift store, it's how I expand my horizons, and it's really cheap. And today I am going to talk about the boxed sets on CD that I found in thrift stores for a pittance that were really cool, and I'm really glad to have them. And I started thinking about this. There's a big pile of these. There's two categories. There's the regular size, and then there's the big spiffy size. Anyway, I got to do these two. I'm not going to waste too much time on these ones, but for example, I now have way too many copies of this because it's in the thrift store. Box set, Beatles at the BBC. If you at all are interested in the Beatles, you got to own this. I mean, this is a good record, and it's a major league piece of music history. And because I'm ADD, look at. I got to put disc 2 in the second. Anyway, I now have two perfect copies of this. I do believe this one was free. Now I got to find somebody to give it to. This was $1. Now, my friend Jillian Gravner is a huge John Prine fan, almost to the point of irritation. But I found this for $1 somewhere. Rhino, John Prine, best of. Now, in my opinion, this is all you need. Is this the only John Prine I have? No, not a chance. But it was great for $1, and it's fantastic body of work, right? It's in 2 CDs. This one I'm bringing it out for the simple reason that this is everywhere. It's everywhere. It ranges from free. Some places try to get $10 for it, which is, 5 CDs. Now, the reason I show this one is it's everywhere. It's almost free. If you are one of the many people I know who aspire to have some classical music in their collection, but you don't really know much about it, and all you know is once in a while you'd like to hear some Beethoven, that's the perfect thing for you. It'll cost you $1. Herbert von Karajan and the Berlin Philharmonic, 1963, pretty much the peak of his power. I think these are, if not definitive, certainly terrific benchmarks of mid-20th century Beethoven reproduction by a fantastic German orchestra with a legendary German conductor. You can't go wrong. This one I stuck in because it was $2, and I was curious because I was unfamiliar with this material. And I'll buy anything by Van for $1, even though he's an asshole. And but this one, the thing that got my little antenna twitching was, first of all, this first CD appears to be all of his Bang stuff. And I mean all of it, everything. Which, is pretty good, strength to strength. The second CD has 31 songs on it, with song titles such as You Say France and I Whistle, Blow in Your Nose, Nose in Your Blow. Yeah, this is his famous tape where he tried to get out of his contract with Bang. It is hysterical. The skeleton in Van's closet. I play it all the time for laughs. I've sprinkled it through the drive in my car. It always makes me laugh. Here's another one I found. Now, this was 10 cents for 4 CDs, and yeah, it was a little beat up. This is an RCA Canada only sort of survey of jazz on RCA since the very beginning, and the very beginning being the original Dixieland Jazz Band. And there's 4 volumes, and they're all sort of chronological. Now, the interesting thing about this is I don't think this was available anywhere but Canada. And the unique Canadian component of this is that the first CD, which of course has a broken jewel box, where am I? It says somewhere, it doesn't really make a big deal out of it, but it was curated by none other than Jeff Healey. God, where does it say? At any rate, Healey was a real expert on this stuff. And this 4 CD box, there's some early Gary Burton on CD 4. There's Mingus. There's all kinds of really, really, really good stuff. A lot of which I didn't have. 10 cents. I'll make shelf space for that. So those are all the sort of regular sized ones. And those ones, but when you're in a thrift store and, you kind of go, oh, and the first thing, I bought a lot of these box sets. A lot of them are artists that are in my world very marginal. So when I found Sinatra, the reprise years, I kind of went, how much? $2. Okay, $2. $2 for the best of the reprise Sinatra in a fabulous box set where the booklet hasn't been torn to bits. It's still hanging in there. Very, very well put together. It was, of course, there he is. And I thought for $2 I'll buy this and I'll own it. I actually even played it, bits of it. And, if you want to have a collection with modern American music in it, there's got to be at least one Sinatra record. So there you go. Speaking of geniuses, I found a box set by the Genius. This was $5, and it's 3 CDs in big old-fashioned clunky boxes. This was an old box set. What year is this? 92. Now, I've not talked much about my obsession with Barry White, but an obsession it is. Anybody who can convince the world that a 300-plus pound black man with a process is a sex symbol has got to be a genius. And there you look at this. That's good. Look at the album discography. Now, Barry he sold a lot of records for a short period of time. And there's some good, funky stuff in this. And in fact, there's a couple of great funky instrumentals in here, if I remember right. Anyways, $5 again. Barry White. This I bought for its camp value. I will admit. It's been in the car. It's kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't have paid $50 for it, which is probably what it was new. As was probably this. And again, a marginal artist in my world, Barbra Streisand. Just for the record. But you know what? I am a sucker for cloth-bound box sets from 1991. By the way, I haven't looked up the values of any of these. I don't care. No doubt, in really nice shape, these are probably worth something. This is a kind of an awkward one. This is in the good old days when they didn't really know how to do this. And these booklets really blow. I hate them. Not a bad table of contents and stuff. There's some unreleased stuff. I'm not a big fan. I did scroll through parts of it when I bought it. I haven't since. It just fell apart. That doesn't like me. Who knew? Oh yeah, the glue is dried out. Oh, this is bad idea opening this up. I've let the genie out. Oh well. Millions of years out of print. Here was one. This one was $5. And again, I am famous for saying that, you could take all of the really good Aerosmith and stick it on a 60-minute tape. And I stand by that because 3 CDs of outtakes, special mixes. Now, does it actually have, what is this again? This is the Pandora's box. This is all kinds of, yeah. Does it have all the songs I wanted on it? No. Unreleased live version. Doesn't even have all my favorite songs of theirs on it, so I don't get it. Unreleased song from the first album. Oh, that's good. Unreleased live version. Unreleased live. Yeah, there's got to be a nut for these guys to want this. I should sell it. $5. Million years out of print. 91. There you go. But then every once in a while, you really go, ah. And I was in Courtney, in a weird sort of an antique mall, digging through this mountain of CDs. It was one of these amazing things. I'm buried in this absolute cesspool of CDs. Was this, and this was $4. And I didn't even know this existed. But this consists of, rather strangely, the 3 records he made for George Martin for Parlophone, the best of sellers, songs for Swingin' Sellers, and Peter and Sophia, which was actually, if I remember correctly, a little tiny bit of a hit. Goodness Gracious Me, which would be really, really undoable today. However, this was a different time. 1993, this one is. The 4th CD is the album he made for United Artists, which is a really strange record. And he did all these little cameos. He did a song with Steel Eye Span. I think he did a song with the Hollies is in here somewhere too. And it's $4. I again knew this was probably a lot like 60 when it came out, and I'm not paying $60 for this. But $4, I'll buy it. It's great. It's loads of fun. And Sellers was a great guy. Finally, Mill Bay yielded this, the crooner. And this, if you are a student of the American music history, you've got to listen to some Bing Crosby. This is from his earlier years, 1928 to 34. And really, there's a lot of good stuff on this. It doesn't matter what you like. The one that I really like, where is it? Somewhere in here. God, these aren't in any kind of order on the back. You're getting to be a habit with me. Some of these are not. They've got an asterisk beside the songs that have been previously released, and almost every song has an asterisk. So maybe they should have done the unreleased ones. But at any rate, this is 1988. This is an antique. So, yeah. And it's the old school thing. And I don't really hate these because it's an LP size. So you can stick it in with your LPs. Came with a decent booklet. 3 CDs. They each have their individual nasty sleeves. And, ooh, this one actually has... Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, it actually has okay, I like this. If you're going to bother, that's really cool. That's a cool graphic. And there's the track list. So if you've got this thing out and you're playing it, there you go. Yeah, so this is a really early CD, I should think. Has the funny Austrian triangle down there. So that would make it pretty early. Made in the States, this one. And again, I think this was $2. So I thought, for $2, I'll give it shelf space. And there you have it. That's all I can dig out right now. But that's my idea of a bingo moment in the thrift stores. Finding something like this, $2, $3. You know, I'll buy a box set by almost anybody if it's like all of these are like, for instance, the Aerosmith one is on Columbia, the Barbra Streisand one's on Columbia. If they're relatively legitimate, what it tells me is that this particular artist thinks this is a great summation of their art. And if that's the case and it's cheap, I'll buy it and play it all the way through. I don't care who it is. Well, maybe not Seals and Crofts. I don't want to hear the Seals and Crofts one. But yeah, it's really cool. And I haven't been to a thrift store for a while. The one we have here out here in the Enchanted Kingdom is moving locations, so things are bogged down. So maybe there'll be a rush of new things to talk about then. But I haven't bought much lately, so that's why I'm sort of doing the vinyl channel stuff. See what the vinyl channel people think. And yeah, I would love to know what you think. Leave comments. Hit the button to subscribe and take care of each other. And we'll talk at you later about other things roughly related to this. See ya.